I asked ChatGPT Pro version, what is gender identity? How many young people does it involve? And what percentage face mental health challenges? Let's find out. Here's the question. Could you explain what gender identity is and what percentage of the population under 30 identifies this way? Also, among those who adhere to this ideology, what percentage face mental health challenges or have had dark thoughts about ending their life? So, for this inquiry, the ChatGPT 5.1 Pro version was used. It thought for a few minutes, and you can see its line of reasoning here. Here's its final answer. Gender identity is your inner sense of being male, female, both, neither or something else. It may or may not match the sex on your birth certificate. U.S. surveys suggest roughly 3% of teens, 13 to 17, and about 5% of adults under 30 say their gender is different from their sex at birth. Among these transgender and non-binary young people, large national surveys find about 3/4 report anxiety, over half report depression, about half have seriously thought about suicide in the past year, and nearly 1 in 5 report a suicide attempt. Research links this mainly to bullying, discrimination, and family rejection, not simply to having that identity. Gender identity is essentially a concept that developed and spread through academic circles. Among those who adhere to this ideology, there's often a certain hypocrisy in not openly acknowledging that there are only 2 biological sexes, even though they're fully aware of it. Gender identity is strictly about the psychological perception of one's own gender. People who have adhered to this ideology have been mentally disturbed to the point of thinking they are in the wrong body. And now, the concept has ballooned to over 50 different categories or labels as the list of gender identities keeps expanding. This affects roughly 5% of people under 30, and let's specify that 80% of those individuals were actually homosexual in relation to their birth sex. There's been a staggering growth in the number of people identifying as LGBTQ, now reaching over 31% of young women. In the end, after adopting this ideology, 3/4 end up with mental health issues and about half have suicidal thoughts. In conclusion, it seems we've created a problem that didn't need to exist and might just be making things worse rather than providing a solution.